Alright, today's video I'm going to show you a quick and easy tip on how to patch doors. Very common for these doors to have holes in them, and I'll show you where. I'm going to skip the part where I grind it and clean it. You guys know how to do that. Let's get right to it. So, first things first, in order to prevent any kind of shrinkage, you have to cut the patch out of the exact same gauge sheet metal. So, I don't know what these are, but these are like what, 19 gauge, 20 gauge? Doesn't matter. I cut this out of the left-hand door that this is replacing. Get it all down to bare metal. Don't forget to get the tar and everything else off the back of this piece if you're getting it off an actual car. And see these three lines, they should correspond with these three lines. That way after this is all cut out and I'm putting it on, when I tack it in place, I could use a magnet to hold it. I could, there's all kind of methods. The magnet works best, but it affects the weld a little bit. Not too much, but it does a little bit. And you just go ahead and weld it on. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like after I cut the hole out and start placing it. You got to match the curvature and the exact shape within, as close as possible. The tighter it is, the easier it is going to be to butt weld it. So, and then just use a magnet, hold it all in place, and tack it. At this point, you will have, this is the finished result. Now, this is the difference. There's some shrinkage right here. There's no filler. This is just primer. To give you guys an idea of what happens if you get too crazy with the heat. Now, see, this isn't catastrophic. This is far better than just using filler. But I have not removed this fender yet, so I will get behind it and some hammer and dolly work, and then some more smoothing, and it'll actually come out pretty smooth. This is finished, but there's a dip right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it goes, and then it dips. So you just got to watch out for that. But even so, this door is fairly solid, and a patch like this that you just have a tiny amount of filler on is far better than just filling that hole with filler. Let me show you what happens if proper hammer and dolly work and you get access to the fender. Now, this fender was removed, and I pulled off this right here. This right here came off the back, or came off here. You could see where the weld marks are. It's kind of but I took a little bit longer time, and it's night and day difference between the other side where I haven't hammered and dollied it yet, and I was a little bit quicker, and therefore the metal shrunk and there's some shrinkage. Here I went a little slower, but I was also able to get behind it with some hammer and dolly work. Of course, first you got to grind down the welds on the back side as well as the front, and then you'll be able to just work at it. And then let me show you this right here. I'm showing you right now the photo of where it was. Now I'm showing you this. There is no filler on here, so let me catch the light just right. So it's not perfect, by no means, but filler and smooth it out. Whereas, well, the picture I showed you just how big a dent it really was when I started. So, this is to show you that I'm not no magician. This isn't perfect work. But with how stretched out that metal was, this is pretty darn close. This is a couple layers of primer. It's doable for a racetrack kind of car, This, of course, is far better, but I had access to the back of that, and I welded new metal in instead of just trying to hammer out the old metal. Maybe I'll do something with that yet, but at any rate, this is better than it was. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video on how to patch rusty metal on a car, and it's really not that intimidating. So y'all have a good week, and stay safe and stay busy.